Peace. So I'm going to explain today the first chapter and how people have completely misunderstood and mistranslated the first chapter of the Quran. And I'm going to focus on, I think, 4 or 5 words, I think 4 of them particularly, which completely destroys the meaning of this chapter. And I'll add on some other aspects which people don't really understand. So let's bring this up and we can look into this. So let's look at the name. The name is Al-Fatiha. So most people say the opening, the beginning. It comes from the word opening, but it has this alif which emphasizes it. So actually the emphasis must be put, the sure opening or the absolute opening or the convincing opening, whatever. It's like an emphasis. So it's like the surety has to be here. It's the sure opening. And why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be the sure opening? It's the first chapter of the book of God. It is the opening chapter. So let's look at the first line here. I've got 3 other translations here, including what I've done. And of course the Arabic is the ultimate words. Yeah, the Arabic words are the ultimate words. You have to understand it from the Arabic. The English is just a translation, mine as well, but it's far better than any other translation that I have seen. And they don't even understand what's going on fundamentally in the Quran, let alone the words here. Yeah, so let's look at it. It says Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and the word bi is in, with, not in. Everybody translates in the name, in the name, in the name. There's no the here. It's just bi-ism, with name of Allah or God, the God. Yeah. So I mean, you don't have to write Allah. Allah is the word for God in Arabic. You can write God. You can write Om. You can write whatever you want here in the language you speak. God has infinite names. All good names are to God. Then they write most gracious, most merciful, entirely merciful, especially merciful. This is the worst translation I've seen, this Sahih International. And Sahih translates to right international. It's the most wrong translation I've ever seen. Yeah. So I translate it as the Almighty, the merciful. There's no most here, there's no especially, there's no, none of this. This guy, 𝐷𝐿 actually put the beneficent, the merciful. So at least here he's got it right, because it's Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. Al means the. Rahman is Almighty. I mean, how would you not have Almighty with the name of God? I mean, He is the Almighty. I mean, why are you going to put Him on one side of the equation that He's only merciful and gracious? No, He's Almighty as well. He destroys just as much as He, for actually more. He's Almighty all the time. He's merciful, but not all the time. His mercy ends. So this translation just doesn't add up, these ones that they've done, these people who don't understand the depth of what this book is, obviously. Now we go to the next one. It says, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So this word Alameen comes from the word ilm. Ilm means knowledge. Alam means the knowing, the one who knows. Alameen means the knowing, those who know. So it's basically the praise to God, Lord of the knowing. The knowing here are those who know that God is Lord. Yeah, they know their Lord is God, and they know, and the highest of them know the book and the wisdom. Let's look at these translations. Praise be to Allah. There's no praise be anywhere here. It's Alhamd, the praise. Lillah, to God. Rabbi, Lord. Al-Alameen, of the knowing. That's it. So let's like all, and this Sahih International with the brackets and all this garbage is just useless here. I mean, you can read it if you want. I'm not. Praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds. Everybody goes to worlds, everything, all. No, it's just the knowing. The knowing. You know, everybody is of the knowing except the demons and the men. I don't know. I know maybe most of you don't understand what these demons are, but understand there's a creation like man out there called the demons. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, same thing. These people have just fallen for each other. Yeah, they just want to abide by what's going on with the Joneses next door, and they're just going to copy what they're doing. No, the Almighty, the merciful. There's no most here. There's no most here. There's no entirely, no especially. And he just put merciful and merciful here. Yeah, I mean, like What is he trying to do? Yeah, I mean, why would he be entirely and especially merciful, those both words? No, it isn't. It doesn't mean that. And then Maliki Yawmiddin. So these people translated as master of the day of judgment. Then the other guy is sovereign of the day of recompense and master of the day of judgment, exactly the same. The word deen here, deen means the way. And usually these people will say deen is the religion. There's no word religion in the Quran. The word is deen, which is the way. Yeah, and here the way it is referring to is the way we will be put on in the hereafter when we are resurrected. So either we'll go to the garden or we will go to the hellfire. So he will be king that day. I mean, he's king all days as well, but emphasis that he is going to be king that day. There's nobody who's going to judge that day. Our judgments will end when we die. Yeah, and they want to prevent you from judging here, where you can easily judge and get away from the evil and the unrighteousness, but you will abide by the majority, because majority can never be wrong, and that's the biggest foolish aspect of mankind's behavior, the herd mentality, and that one guy can never be right. And when in history everybody knows that only one guy is always right, that one guy is right and everybody else is wrong, and they keep mocking him until the destruction comes, as in the books of God, and you can see in normal life as well. Then it's to you we serve and to you we ask. That's all that's written. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. To you we serve and to you we ask. So this is pretty clear. Thee do we worship and thine aid we ask. There's no help here. There's no help word aid. There's no help. There's no help here. It's just ask. We ask whatever it is that we ask. I mean, you can add the words if you want, but they're not written here. It's to you we serve and to you we ask. It's worship, worship, worship. It's serve. The word comes from servant. Abd is servant. Abid is the one who's serving. So we serve God, period. No matter who we servant to, we serve God. And yeah, of course, there are messengers who are servant to other messengers, and the angels who are servant to other angels. But we all only serve God. It doesn't matter who we are a servant to, in this world or anywhere else. The believers only serve God. Then we come to Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Guide us the highway, the constant. The Ihdina is guide us. As-Sirat, the highway. Al-Mustaqim, the constant. There's no straight way here, straight path. There's nothing of that here. There's nothing. Show us is not what's written here. This is the only guy who's actually Sahih International who I don't like, but here he's got it right. Guide us to this. There's no to. It's just Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. That's it. And the last verse I'm not too interested in, but basically, I mean, you can look at the translation if you want, and you can compare these. Obviously, these guys have got it all mixed up. What I've translated here is exact, absolutely what's written here, yeah, and you can test it out for yourself. There's no contradiction. So basically, if you look at these words, Sirat al-Mustaqim is highway, the constant. There's no straight path here written. It's not straight, it's constant. We're constant to God. Again, here they've added words. You can't add words to God's words. Yeah, you got to translate them. If you're translating them, translate them. Don't paraphrase them. Don't ad-lib to them. Translate what's written there. Malik, king, sovereign, master. Yeah, I agree. You can put master, sovereign, or any other thing that refers to as king or controller. I write king. Malik is king. Comes from the word king. Day of the way, that's what it is. It's not what's written here in most translations. It's not happening. And then these words for Ar-Rahman is Almighty. Yes, Ar-Rahim is merciful, but not most merciful, not especially merciful. The merciful, Pixel, this guy has got it right. But I've got it all right here. The Almighty, the merciful. And then the Alameen, this is a big flaw that they've created in not understanding what the Quran is actually saying. It is the knowing. It's nothing to do with worlds or all the creation. No, it's just the knowing. The heavens and the earths are the so-called universe that we call. But we say that the word universe is the heavens and the earth, the 7 heavens and the earths under those 7 heavens. And the throne of God is above the 7th heaven, and it is above fluid, it is over fluid. His throne resides over fluid. There is fluid above us. There's fluid below us as well. There's fluid above us. So, I just wanted to clarify that they have got the first chapter wrong, completely wrong. Yeah, Rahman means the Almighty. The key words: the Rahman means the Almighty. Alameen means the knowing. Deen means the way. Ad-Deen means the way. Here there is no help. It's just we serve and we ask. To you we serve and to you we ask, we say to God. That's what it is. And it's the highway, the constant, not a straight line or straight path or whatever you want to call it, straight way. It's the highway, the constant. We're constant to God. We're constant in serving God, obeying Him and His messengers, obeying the book's commands, and living according to what the Quran tells us. So that's all I wanted to talk about this chapter here, so that people can understand that what they've been told is lies about just the first chapter. Peace.